Have you ever studied right before a deadline, stayed up all night, felt confident, but a few days later almost everything was gone? Sometimes you forget even the next day. This isn't because you're not smart. The real problem is something many of us think is normal: rushed learning. In this video, we'll explore why studying in a hurry makes your brain forget faster, and the explanation makes perfect sense from a neuroscience perspective. In school, college, or everyday life, many people follow the same pattern: too many tasks, too much material, too little time. So learning becomes an emergency activity. The goal is not understanding, it's survival. Finish fast, memorize quickly, move on. The problem is, the human brain is not designed to learn under constant pressure and panic. Rushed learning may feel productive in the moment, but it often leads to poor long-term memory. To break this cycle, we need to understand what actually happens in the brain when we rush our learning. First, the brain needs time to store information. When you learn something new, it doesn't immediately become a long-term memory. At first, it's like a visitor waiting in the lobby. If you rush through material and immediately move on, the brain doesn't have enough time to process and store that information properly. As a result, it fades quickly. It's like riding on wet sand. Before it can settle, it gets washed away. Second, rushed learning increases stress. When you are under time pressure, your body enters emergency mode. Your heart rate rises, your breathing changes, and your thoughts become restless. In this state, the brain focuses more on survival than on understanding. The part of the brain responsible for deep thinking and reasoning becomes less effective. That's why learning while panicking often feels like it's working, but only on the surface. Third, the brain struggles to build connections when learning too fast. Effective learning is not about stacking information. It's about connecting new information to what you already know. When you rush, the brain doesn't have time to ask, what is this similar to? Why does this matter? How can I use this? Without connections, memories are fragile, like saving files without folders. They exist but are hard to find later. Fourth, rushed learning relies on short-term memory. Last-minute studying usually focuses on what will be on the test. This strategy depends heavily on short-term memory, not real understanding. Once the exam is over, the brain assumes the information is no longer needed, so it lets it go. Forgetting doesn't happen because you're careless, but because the brain was never given a reason to keep the information. Fifth, the brain needs breaks to strengthen memory. Memory consolidation happens when you pause, during short breaks, light activity, or sleep. When you study continuously without rest because you're rushing, this strengthening process doesn't occur. It's like pouring water into an already full glass. Nothing new stays inside. Slower learning with intentional breaks allows the brain to work more deeply and efficiently. Insight, key takeaway. The main lesson is simple but powerful. Learning is not about speed, it's about depth. Rushed learning might help you meet deadlines, but it rarely helps you build lasting knowledge. Your brain needs time, calmness, and gradual repetition to truly understand and remember. If you want knowledge to stay, you must give your brain time to process, not force it to run. So, here's a question worth asking yourself. Are you really learning or just trying to finish? Try slowing down your learning pace even slightly and notice the difference. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. When was the last time you rushed your studying? See you in the next educational video.